Hey, stay away, stay away. Get back, get back. Oh, hey. Oh, hi. Sorry, I was just trying to tame a lion here in my office. Yep. Did you ever try to tame a lion? Probably not. I needed to make sure that I was keeping that lion at a distance, so I needed a pretty long pole in order to do that. So that's why I have this pole here, keeping that lion away from me, using my pole to keep it away from me. Did you ever hear someone say, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole? Yeah, I've heard people use that phrase. But what does it mean when you say, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole? Well, it basically means that I don't want to do or be involved with something. I really don't like that, so I want to stay away from it. Or I refuse to get close to something, some event, or even a person. Some phrases that may help here. Although his twin brother absolutely loves sushi, Bobby will not touch sushi with a 10-foot pole. Okay, he doesn't like to eat sushi, and so the phrase is that he's not going to touch it with a 10-foot pole. Or I could say this to you, I don't like snakes, so I wouldn't want to touch a snake with a 10-foot pole. Okay, so does that help you understand that? Maybe. So where did this phrase, not to touch something with a 10-foot pole, come from? Well, it's best to look at what 10-foot poles are used for. Some sources mention that a 10-foot pole is simply another way to describe a barge pole or the long handle poles that bargemen or people who steer the old flat bottom boats back before they had motors. They would steer the boat away from the riverbanks or the wharves or other boats, so they had a barge pole. In fact, there's an 1893 reference to politics where it said, it will be a long while before any political party touches home rule again with the end of a barge pole. So there was the phrase 10-foot pole, but the word barge pole was used. So the barge pole was a 10-foot pole. Another early use of the expression was found in 1843, where it referenced that the aristocracy of our country, those important people, would not condescend to touch a poor man with a 10-foot pole. In other words, it's saying the rich people try to stay away from the poor people. In fact, they don't even touch them with a 10-foot pole. I think that's sort of sad, don't you? Now, today, you may see 10-foot poles being used by, hang on, hat change. You may see 10-foot poles being used by utility workers or electric linemen to de-energize those high voltage utility wires or things before they work on them. Sometimes I've seen men with 10-foot poles knocking the breaker off of the wire overhead before they perform maintenance. Another use of 10-foot poles these days involves some burial practices in New Orleans, Louisiana, in which a 10-foot pole was used to move bodies together within the same tomb settings. And that's something we don't want to really talk about, but it is a reality. So there are some things that we probably should stay away from, that we shouldn't even go near with a 10-foot pole, right? Can you name some of those things? Okay, some evil things, some bad things, dirty things, unhealthy things. Maybe some of you even might have said sin. Absolutely. We need to stay away from the things that will harm us or that are not good for us. We don't even want to touch them with a 10-foot pole. You know, sometimes it could be people who are bad influences on us that we might need to stay away from. 1 Corinthians 15:33, the Apostle Paul said, don't let anyone fool you. Bad companions make a good person bad. So we can be influenced in the wrong way by people around us. Well, I hope that you surround yourself with good things and good people, and that you are the kind of person who others want to hang around with as well, that they don't want to stay away from you with a 10-foot pole. Rather, they want to get close to you because you know how to treat them well. Philippians chapter 2, we find some verses that say this: don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. None of you should look out just for your own good. Each of you should look out also for the good of others. That's being the kind of person that God is pleased with, that is working for the good of others, and that people want to be close to. We want to be your friends if you are God's person, right? So I hope that you can concentrate on being the kind of person that God is pleased with. A person who knows God's love and shares it with others. A person whose heart is in the right place. Jesus said, your heart will be where your riches are. So what are the things that are important to us? That's where our heart will be. I want my heart to be with you. I want my heart to be your friend, to love you, to care for you. And I want to be close to people who are God's people. I don't want to use a 10-foot pole to keep any of you away, right? No, I want to be close to you because you are God's people. And I know that you are doing the best that you can to stay away from the things that are not good for us. So today, be careful in who you hang around with. Be careful in the things that you do. Make sure that you are looking for the good in life and the good in people, and above all, pleasing God so that no one has to say, ooh, get away from me. I have to use a 10-foot pole to keep you away because you're not good. No, we're going to put our poles down and we're going to share God's love with each other and with all those around us. So today, live, live well, live good. Be the kind of person God wants you to be. And I wish for you a day filled with God's love and a day filled with peace.